don't know. Some people like you. I don't know. Who knows? All right, we're live. Thank you. All right, welcome back to another around 30 minutes. And as always, I have a special guest. He's all right. He's a good dude. Um, he has a good name. He
He's
has a
all
wonderful
right.
name. He has a wonderful name. His name's Matt Partsformer. Which how did you get your nickname? I want to ask you a question. How did you get your nickname?
Well, let me ask you real quick. Which is the wonderful one, the Matt or the parts former?
Matt. Oh, come
The
on now.
Matt part, because
Yeah.
everybody likes parts forming. So I thought
Yeah,
that's where
that's
the name
cute.
from. I thought, you know what? No, it was on TFW, and I thought no one likes parts forming, so surely that name's available. Because I hate usernames with like a bunch of numbers after it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I wonder how he always got that. I like Partsformer, but yeah, I was leaning towards the Matt thing, kind of thing. But whatever, whichever way you want to take it. So how you doing, fella?
I'm good. We're filming this in December, and we're doing Christmas shopping, and
Yeah,
I finished a bunch of it, so I'm happy.
that's good. That's good. You get it. So you said you got about 90% of done. So
About 90% of my Christmas shopping done, which is a big deal.
that's
So
good. That's awesome, man.
I'll have a pile of boxes right up until probably Christmas Eve, and then my wife and I'll be wrapping all friggin' night. So,
Oh
yeah,
really? Oh yeah, yeah, for the kiddos and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That is awesome. So did you? I guess get all of your stuff for your, for the kid and all stuff and everything. Did you?
For him, we pace ourselves. We usually start early. We usually
Mhm.
start in October and just kind of get things here and there.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of people do that. They'll go to sales, especially when Toys R Us went out of business, they'll just
yeah.
pick up stuff here and there and everything. So I
Are
guess
you,
that's a really smart thing.
when Target runs their, was it like $10 off or $20 off,
Yeah,
depends on how many toys you buy. That's a good
Mhm.
deal when you got to get it anyway.
Yeah, they're
So,
doing that right now. I think aren't they? Like
yeah,
if you buy $50 worth of toys, I think it's $10 or equals that
probably.
kind of thing. So that's
They ain't
cool.
getting me every time.
Yeah, that's true. So first thing I always ask, and if anybody watches, um, what everybody knows you're a Transform collector and everything. So what other lines do you collect? What are you also are you into also?
So I don't go line complete on hardly anything.
Okay.
I find that a lot of people that do that tend to not enjoy their parts of their collection as much, and that's just kind of
Yeah.
just a broad statement. But I usually pick and choose. So the stuff I have is here and there. Like I get Black Series, usually on sale if I can.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I appreciate that there's not a whole lot of reuse between molds, and each figure is almost 100% unique.
Hmm.
Um, so I get a bunch of Transformer stuff, like you said, third party Legend stuff. But
Yeah.
then Black Series, SH Figure Arts, I kind of dabble with that in Figma, depending on what I'm interested in.
Okay.
I got some of the Street Fighter guys. I got a crap ton of Dragon Ball guys. The other guy on the show, Joe, got me into Dragon Ball. He's been bugging me to watch it for years, and
That damn
finally,
Joe.
and then finally, in January of last year, I started watching it and haven't stopped since. So
Oh, nice.
he's cost me for $60 a figure. I don't know 30 figures up there. So thanks, bud.
Good job, Joe. Good job. Goodness. Well, that's cool, man. So you like a lot of things, and
I have a very broad range of hobby, of no real focus. Like I like video game characters a lot too. So I got a shelf
Okay.
that's Samus, Mega Man, Kirby, and Link. I need a
Yeah.
Mario up there too, but you got to pace yourself, right?
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Team said anything with boobs, basically.
Not
So
anything, but most things.
well, that leads to the question that one of the favorite ones at Extra Zero. I don't know if anybody knows that guy. He's a pretty good dude. He's all right. What's your favorite anime to fap to?
Um, Let me think. Probably Robotech.
Robotech? Damn, that's a weird one. Well, whatever. uh,
Is he kidding? Who knows?
no, well, he he did the smiley faces afterwards.
Oh, no,
So
no, no. Am I kidding? No, I've never actually
oh, are
seen
you kidding?
Robotech
Oh,
in
I
my.
thought you said he was kidding. I'm like, I
Now,
don't know.
I've never actually seen Robotech before in my life. So.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Hey, whatever gets you happy, that's all that matters, man. That's cool. So, basically, to lead on to the, what do you collect? Do you see an ending to your collecting? Do you like? Have you always collected your whole life, and do you plan to quit? Because you said you don't complete any lines, so or do you think you'll be, collecting lines, different lines for the, remainder of your life?
There is I can't imagine that there isn't always going to be something that catches my interest, even if it's just something here or there,
Yeah.
Like I'll even say like your reviews on the like you put a bunch of pictures up of the NECA stuff. I'm standing in Target in the NECA section thinking, do I want to do this? And I see your pictures. I'm like, damn it, I don't want to do it, but I do. So there's always going to be something. I do like fall out of collecting some things like Black Series I talked about, but I'm kind of getting to where I'm okay with what I've got. You know, I don't have every character. I don't need every character. So, I don't ever see an end to my collecting, but I do see it like ebbing and, you know, kind of.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, so you're just, I guess you fall into that where I'm satisfied with my collection, where, you know, that a certain line is, you know, like I've got what I needed and I'm good to go.
Yep. So. I also don't want to end up feeling like a hoarder, you know, like boxes of crap every single direction.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I got boxes for days, man. Ugh. That's cool. All right. Well, so who is your favorite character as far as Transformers or any other character? You know, any line you have. What's your favorite character?
As far as Transformers, my favorite character has actually always been Hound.
Really? Wow. Yeah. I've never heard anybody say Hound.
I know, and he's always been on there. I'm glad he finally got some love with Siege. You know, some actual proper love with Siege. I know he had that bullshit combiner, but.
The classics was pretty good too. I love the classic ones.
I do have the classics, and I appreciate that it came with Ravage because you know cool. New kids these days don't know why.
No, yeah, that's a cool nod.
Yeah, but it's for any character ever. I'm gonna have to say I probably Mega Man's up there. Yeah, we'll go with Hound and Mega Man are among my top. And if you had to count boobs, I would also say. The Major from Ghost in the Shell is one of my favorite characters.
Okay, that's awesome. So you know, and everybody knows, you know, they see you on T-Man's little hunt videos. How did y'all get, you know, collaborate? I know y'all are good friends and everything, but how did that come about? Where you're, you know, on, you know, most of the show also.
We became friends last October, really, when we started talking. And one day I was sending him pictures of this GameStop I was in of a bunch of stuff that I had never seen before. And I said, hey man, like, would you want me to just get some of this on film and send it to you? And he texted back and said, it ain't doing me any good there without me being there. Like, I'm like, all right, so I'll send you some footage. And that's kind of like, now if I'm out and see something, I don't do it all the time, but if I see something interesting that he might appreciate, I usually shoot him over some footage. Now the big problem is, I'll send him the footage, but he's got to remember to use it.
Oh,
he's sitting on some footage now he ain't used yet. Now he's
really?
Yeah.
See, man, he's in the chat too. Yes, do you have a head under his hat? Understand that question?
I do, but we'll keep it a secret.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. He's crazy.
I mean, this is
the
rest of it.
So yeah, he said, oh shit. He's like, he just now remembered he had something he's gonna look at. So I don't know if you paid attention this weekend we've got some reveals and a lot of good stuff coming out. I don't know. Did you check anything out?
I've seen some pictures go by. What show is going on? Because I'm not exactly sure.
It's a Shanghai something. I think it was SGC or something like that.
Some combination of letters. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the conventions, and they're showing a bunch of third party, and they dropped a lot. I mean, a lot of good stuff, especially the Legends. The Legends game right now is on fire.
Strong, yeah.
I mean, they show us the new Iron Factory stuff. They show us the new Magic Square. New Age is coming out. That Megatron looks so good.
Oh yes, I saw that. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Deluxe, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you care much between the Legends and the Legends Plus, or are you just happy with all of them?
What do you mean Legends Plus? What do you mean, like the Mecha fans?
So yeah, I guess the Mech Fans toys and the Magic Square stuff tend to be a little bit different size class than the Iron Factory and the DX9s. Do you care at all, or are you just kind of happy to be there?
I don't do the Mech Fans thing. That's just I don't know. It's not really a knockoff, but they're just upscaled Legends. Right. I don't do those. I love Magic Square and Iron Factory are my favorite, and I don't usually. I know the whole scale is off on everything, but I usually just collect Iron Factory for the stylized look.
Yeah,
and I'm collecting Magic Square and New Age and Unique Toys. I throw them in because they got some kind of the same plastic and everything. I just throw them in for the G1 aesthetic and everything. So
you're looking for the look and feel, not necessarily the height differential or
the scale.
You don't care about all that.
The scale, I don't care. They're all out everywhere. You know, the whole scale. It's in the eye of the beholder. You know if you're happy with what you see,
you win.
It's fine. Yeah. So, yeah. And T-Man said something about the Iron Factory Fangirl Starscream. Yes, I will probably get that. Yeah, I know it looks weird, but whatever. But yeah, they put out some stuff. Oh, what else they showed? Golly, they showed.
Oh, they showed a Quintesson.
Yes, they did X-Transbot, and they showed the rest. Looked like a dead end was drunk or something. He was laying on one of the cars and stuff. But that the Dr. Egg is what they call him. That looks pretty sweet. I'm excited for that.
You mentioned the Megatron. I did not. I saw the pictures. We posted pictures in our chat. I didn't even realize that was Legend scale. I zoomed in on, when I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe that they pulled that off Legend scale. So we'll see how that turns out.
Exactly like MP36, just a smaller version.
Yeah, I'll be excited for that.
Man, Iron Factory, they showed Hound, Mirage. I mean, they just showed. Oh my God, dude! I got a little happy. Just got a little happy in the pants.
And that's the thing too. Like $30 to $30 or $60 a piece, man. Like you know, it's not gonna break the bank getting into them. So
yeah, well, but you know that's what you're saying, $60. That's the MP car what they use. When they started off with the masterpiece cars, that's how much the MP car.
Not anymore, is it?
No, not anymore. Sunstriker was 120, but I'm just saying, some people it's a hard pill to swallow. They're like, I'm paying $30 to $60 for a smaller version.
I'm a cheapskate, but some of the engineering alone in these things, especially the Magic Square ones, makes it worth it to me.
Yes, the last three I've done, I did a Huffer, Trailbreaker, and Blaster. And the leg transformations are so awesome. Like just for Legends class, it's easy, but it's the way they do it. It's just it's awesome. I don't know what other word I can say, but
yeah, I got a Trailbreaker on the way because of your review, so I was happy with that.
Make sure you tighten up that chest. There's a little screw there because it was really loose. A lot of people are having issues with that too. Luckily, somebody pointed it out to me and everything. So that's cool. So yeah, I'm really excited for the stuff they showed. X-Transbot's got some good stuff. Fans Toy showed that Blur looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna switch out my X-Transbots one, or was it X-Transbots or Unique Toys? I think it's Unique Toys.
Unique Toys had that like Cybertronian. I guess every Blur is Cybertronian. Overclocking, is that it? No, that's SXS.
No, that's
SXS. Yeah.
Yeah, the Unique Toys had the Blur and everything. I think somebody will correct
us.
Yeah. So anyway. And they showed a lot of other stuff. I mean, there was just some really good stuff that they showed this past weekend. And it's weird, like we hadn't really we haven't got a lot of this stuff like in a long time, like a whole bunch of stuff. Like we'll get bits and pieces, but this was just like there's a crap load of just new good stuff. I was like, ooh.
A lot of these companies have been really quiet at the conventions too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. TFCon, if they would have shown this at TFCon, dude, there would have been so many just come everywhere. It was they were just nerdgasms everywhere.
All over the place.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I'm going to ask you this. Do you have a condo at Disney World?
A condo? No, if I did, it would be a lot cheaper for the
You were there a lot.
No, it's my wife. So my hobby is surrounding me back here, right? All this stuff is my hobby. That's my wife's hobby.
Yeah.
She's the Disney fanatic. I'm along for the ride. So
okay.
I'll give her credit though, because she's good on because Disney can be expensive, and she's really good at finding the deals and making it work. So I might be there a lot, but we're not. She's not shelling out the money. She knows how to do it on the cheap. So
that's cool. So does she collect anything? Is she like? So she has Disney stuff. Is she a big collector of Disney?
She doesn't collect a damn thing. I have tried to get her into stuff. Nope. She wants to go on the trips. She doesn't like to buy anything.
My wife's the same way, man. I've tried to get her stuff. She loves Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
And I've got her some things, I got her a couple pops and stuff and everything, but
she don't like pops. Yep. I don't know. Wow. I couldn't. I told her, I was like, there's a pop out here for you. There's a pop for everybody. Even if the person who hates pops, there's one out there for you.
Oh, there's pops everywhere. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I can't get. She just never. I always asked Lisa if would you like to collect pops or something? She's like, I don't. Where would we put that crap? I mean, it would just stack up and just.
That's just exactly what my wife says.
I'm like, well, they need to get together and chit chat then, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah. So got a question. So if you could go back in time for one day, where, when, and what would you do?
Does going back and buying stock in Microsoft or Apple count?
Well, you got to do the Back to the Future kind of analogy. Like you can't, cause a butterfly effect or anything like that.
Man, the rest of you all bend to my will afterwards. Like once that time ripple goes through, y'all end up where you end up. Man.
I know. You'd be like Biff, man.
If I could go anywhere in time, I
I could
guess
observe something or something. I don't know.
if it was nerd related, like I would want to go back and see the original Star Wars in theaters when it came out.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Like an opening night kind of thing, and I'd be the only one in the know, like knowing that this is a big deal. Everyone else is like, "What is this crap?"
You would automatically know that y'all are about to see some history.
Yeah. Lean to the guy next to me, like, "Hey, you're gonna remember this." He's gonna be like, "Who are you? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, why are you talking to me? Yeah, I would go back to see Transformers. I mean, I did see it in theaters when I was a kid, but I would like to go back and see it when it originally opened. That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been cool, yeah. And then you would have been mentally prepared for the death scene.
Exactly. I'd be like, y'all get ready. It's going to happen.
I up the little kid sitting a few rows down, man. Hey, you're going to be crying in about an hour.
All y'all, I'll stand up. I'm just going to tell you right now, all you're going to cry. And your parents are going to be mad. You're going y'all
going to be scarred. Yeah, get that spot ready for this new life scar right here.
Exactly. Yeah. Y'all going to write, your parents are going to write to Hasbro, and this movie's going to be, out in about 3 months. It's going to be gone and all that stuff. And just get ready. But anyway, that's cool. So another different question is, if you could have one last meal, it'd be your last meal. Not that I want anything to happen to you or anything. What would it be?
Last meal, cheesesteak. Love me a good cheesesteak.
Oh, good choice.
Love a good cheesesteak.
Oh man, I do. I love it. Yeah, I've never had a proper one. If you're from Philly, with the cheese whiz or stuff. I've never had that. I always have it like with the regular cheese and stuff.
I'll look at it this way. I've never had a Philly cheesesteak. I've never had it, so I don't miss it. So I like the ones I have.
Yeah, I do too. I go to Lenny. We have a place called Lenny's around here, and they make a really good cheesesteak, and I always get theirs. They're really good.
Sounds good.
That's a good choice. That's an awesome choice. Damn. So what's your favorite line to collect, man?
I still get I get a lot of SH Figure Art Dragon Ball stuff in. I still get the most excited about Transformer stuff. It's like the Hasbro stuff that I get from Target and all this stuff that I love to take to work and just mess with. It's stuff that I'm not afraid to put through its paces. Third party stuff, like there's always that little bit of fear with third party stuff. You know what I mean? Like even if it's sturdy, like even if you don't think it's ever going to break, it's not even just the breaking, it's getting the crap fixed or getting parts in that can be such a pain in the butt that I'm just, I don't feel like going through all that. So definitely this Legends stuff I've been really enjoying. So I'll say right now I look most forward to Legends figures.
Nice. And I feel like, the main line are toys. They're toys you can mess with, and everything. And I think third party are collector things. You still mess with them.
And I will say too is I tend to have an active collection, meaning my stuff, like I know a bunch of guys, like Bobby and them always talk about, they get it, they transform it once, they stick it on the shelf. That is so not me. All my stuff I mess with constantly is always like, if you ever come and look at my collection, a section may be set up looking nice, or another part, like right now, my masterpiece shelf is a mess because half are transformed, it's not even coherent because I take them out and mess with them, and then I'll leave them in whatever mode and set them back. So I don't know. I enjoy messing with the stuff. I don't like to just set them and leave them. So to bank off of that, how do you relax then? Like how do you, I know you work and everything, you have a family and everything. So what is it you like to do to get away and just do? Is it transform stuff and everything? So I sit back, I watch Deluxe reviews and T-Man 978 reviews.
So bullshit. You're so bullshit. You do not. But that's cool. Thank you though if you do.
How you gonna call me out like that? I'm sitting here being truthful, and you're like calling bullshit on me.
I'm sure you watch T-Man. I know you watch T-Man, but I'm just
I subscribe to you both. I subscribe to you both.
Nice. So does that relax you, like when you're just sitting there transforming stuff?
I do. I will say that it's not actual total bullshit. I do have the want to like play a video game, like I'm playing Red Dead and Smash Brothers right now, or to grab something new that came in and mess with. But sometimes, like, man, we all are so busy all the time, aren't we? I mean, you finally get to sit down, and I'm like, I don't even feel like getting off this couch, and I will just turn on YouTube or Netflix on my phone or something. And so
I do that. I'm subscribed to a lot of people, so I do that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, just try to catch up on some videos and see what's what in the world, and then just like you guys, I'm sure, like I got chats going on all the time. They're throwing pictures up and videos, and I'm trying to keep up with them, and so I think that's what it is. Like, sit down and watch a video or two, maybe mess with something new that came in.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I love to sit down I'll sit. I mean, you think that you're just gonna sit down for a little bit, but then you're like, you look up the clock, like, oh man, I've been here for an hour and a half watching YouTube videos, and like, god damn,
yeah,
come on now. So yeah, so with the holidays coming up, do you have any fond memories of as a kid of you getting like a specific toy that you remember that you loved and everything?
I can tell you a quick story about. So
Okay.
I'm an only child, so let's get that out of the way real quick.
Okay.
Growing up, right around the time, I can't remember what age I was when this came out, but I had asked for a Super Nintendo for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is the year it came out. And my parents are, if you've ever talked to me for more than a half an hour, you'll know that I'm a smartass. And I got that from my parents, who are also smartasses, because they ended up buying a bunch of things for me that had boxes that were the same size as a Super Nintendo. And they wrapped them and they had it onto the tree. So when I figured I was going to get it, so I ran in Christmas morning and was going through and opening all the stuff, and I got through everything. There was nothing more under the tree. And I never got the Super Nintendo. And my parents, they always tell me the story. They're like, you never complained, you never cried, you just said thanks for the stuff and went and play. Well, it turns out my dad had it hooked up downstairs and at the TV at the time with the other
cool.
spare TV. He had it hooked up and ready for me. So he's like, hey, buddy, why don't you go downstairs? And I don't know, he made up some excuse for me to go down and get something. And that it was already downstairs hooked up. That's my fondest memory. I always remember that.
Awesome. That is awesome, dude. I remember that when the Nintendo, the first one that came out, me and my brother really didn't want one. So we got a bunch of Transformers. That's when I got a bunch of the Transformers that year. And my friend, we were with a bunch of our friends over their house also, and they got one. And man, it got me hooked. We started playing Mario Brothers, and I was hooked. So
that's all it took, right?
Oh yeah, that's all. We played Mario, and we just So I couldn't get it right then because it was Christmas. So about a month or two later, we got one and everything. So
never looked back since, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So
I tell you, I almost died to get my Nintendo, my original Nintendo. My parents were against getting me any kind of video game systems at the time, and I developed a lung infection where they had to fly a specialist in from California because I almost died on the table, and I had a long recovery. And I guess that's me almost dying under the knife. My parents were like, I think we're gonna go ahead and get him the Nintendo since he lived through it. So that's how I got my Nintendo.
He's been through some crap. Yeah, I had not as bad as that, but I had walking pneumonia when I was a youngin. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I couldn't, you're telling a kid you can't run and jump and all that stuff, and all that and everything. So it didn't get too bad, but yeah, I had a little case of pneumonia. So nothing like, almost dying. Jesus. So another question that Zero asked or I asked Zero was, what influences your collecting habits other than boobs?
Damn, you took my answer.
I know.
A lot. I mean, I'm a lot of what I'm excited about at the time. All the marketing stuff and hype for movies and different TV shows and crap. Like I buy into that. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like Spider-Verse is coming out. I feel the need to get Spider-Man figures and all that.
Yeah.
And also my wallet. Like I said before, I'm cheap as hell, so I try to rein myself in. As much as I can. I try to stick to a budget.
Okay. Do you usually stick to it or?
More or less, like if it's not so much like a set dollar amount as like I can get, if I'm big on pre-orders, so I'll have it mapped out of what I have pre-ordered and try to stick to that. You know what I mean?
So are you into Hot Toys or any of that stuff? Any of the slideshow, any of the, higher end?
That's a thing where I would be happy getting one of those and being content with that. I don't see me making it a collection, but like that original Jyn Erso that came out, I kind of wish I jumped on that when it came out because I thought that was good.
So you would just do Star Wars then? You wouldn't do like Marvel or DC or anything?
No, it's going to be whatever strikes my fancy. If I see one that I really like, I won't get it just to get it. I'll be like, this is something I have to have, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. People have been trying. Snowflake Tyler, he's been trying to get me to do this Hot Toys thing. I'm like. My wife says one collection also, so
Yeah, I mean, if it's one thing that's really special to you, like I can see that, but just doing it to do it, I don't know.
I would get a Hulk because Hulk is my favorite as far as superheroes and everything. So, but I mean, it just would be out of place. I wouldn't. All I have is Transformers and I have some NECA figures. I just don't know where I would put it, but
I also don't like getting real expensive figures either. Like just for the breaking and worrying about it kind of thing. Like it would bother me to mess with the $300 or $400 thing.
Oh,
That having been said, I have MP44 on pre-order, but yeah,
nice. Get that Flames toy, the Tarn.
it does look good. But I gotta say, what is it?
MMC.
The MMC one, man, it does the job.
That's good too. It's good too. But this Tarn makes that one look like trash, to be honest.
I mess with that Tarn at TFCon. So
did you?
Yeah,
nice. I don't like the hands. The hands are, and I don't like the fingers. Man, the fingers pop out too usually. But
it's funny you said that because the prototype at the convention had his hand broken. 2 of the fingers were broken off. Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it because the fingers pop up, they pop back on real easy. Yeah. But there's the C clip. It's like a C clip on the arm or hand, and it's just weird. It makes it look weird. I don't know, but it's still a beautiful figure. I love it. It's probably gonna be. Yeah, it will be in my top 5 as far as the figures of anything. So, how did you, and we'll talk about figure action a little bit. How did you get into that little podcast you do?
Well, Joe and I have been friends since middle school. Since middle school.
Oh, really?
And then that's one of those where we both kind of independently started collecting and didn't realize that the other was into that kind of thing. And one day we just kind of like did the. Like and we had that minute where we figured out like, oh, we're both into the same stuff and never knew. Yeah, we refriended like over that.
Oh no, was it at a store?
No, I don't know. I think he saw a picture or something like, and he's like, I can't remember. I have to ask him how we realized that each other were collecting. That we were collectors. And then Jordan and T, like I've been talking with them for a long time, and we always just had a running chat going anywhere. We just shoot the shit for, day in, day out. Yeah. And then it was just one day where like, do you guys want to do this? I mean, do we have the time? Yeah. So I don't know. It was kind of thing.
I think I'm gonna be on this week. I'm gonna get to get on. So we'll see. Yeah. I think Jordan invited me, so I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go. Yeah.
You are always welcome.
Thank you. So that's cool. So, if you had what dream item that would you like to have for your collection? Like I guess a grail piece.
SOC Voltron. I don't have to think about it. Yeah,
nice.
SOC Voltron. I'm a huge Voltron fan.
Really?
And I that came out before I was really into collecting, so I didn't know about it.
Oh, that sucks, man. It's going for a lot now, I think. Isn't it?
Well, then I guess retail it came out at what, like $250 or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was around $250, and then Big Bad Toy Store just a few months ago found stock and posted it for like $460 or $450.
Well, that's still not bad.
Oh, that pissed me off, man. I'm like, retail store for $200 over. I couldn't do it.
It's going like 4 times that now.
I know. I don't know. It made me salty. I couldn't do it.
Oh, so, well, what price would you like to pay for it? I mean, I know you like to pay retail, but if you're not going to get one for retail, more likely, what would be your breaking point?
I want it badly, but I don't need it. So if I would probably, that $300 I have for MP44, if I saw SOC Voltron at $300, I'd make the swap.
Okay. Well, Mark 44 Prime said that he's supposed to get a re-release.
I did hear that, so I'm hoping.
I'm sure. I mean, as popular as it is, I don't know why they don't. I mean, it's easy money, to be honest.
If you listen to people say like Bandai lost the license and this and that, I don't know the details. That's just the rumors that go around.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, that'd be cool. I think a lot of people want fans toy stuff. Get re-released, the Insecticons. Definitely people want all that stuff. So I'm sure it'll happen. Like I said, it's easy money and everything. So what? Go back to Transformers. What would you like to see from Transformers in the future? I mean, not maybe go to a higher level, but something that it will keep the brand going for 30 more years.
I think a lot of them G1 wasn't. I don't know. I might piss people off, but G1 wasn't that good, was it? I mean, like it was iconic. It was groundbreaking. It has a place in our hearts, but it wasn't that good. I would love to see a revisit, like a G1 revisit, where they go and they make that show like Voltron did. Like like the original Voltron, not that good a show. I love it, but I can admit that it's kind of a crap show. The new Netflix Legendary Defender is fantastic.
Okay.
I need them to do that with Transformers. I need them to take the original concept, and I appreciate like what they do now with trying to do different spins on it. Like animated, I think was kind of a home run for me. I didn't appreciate it when it was on, but then I eventually like love it. You know, Transformers Prime was good. Yeah, all going for different things that work really well.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a G, and I know some people are sick of G1. I get you, absolutely. But I'm still G1 at heart. I would love to see them just focus on actually doing a made in the 80s set redo.
Some backstory, you know, but
yes.
you know, I mean, like Chris in the chat said there were 22-minute commercials, which they were.
They are, absolutely. Or even have the guts to do season 1 in Cybertron, do a lead up season all in Cybertron, cool. And then season 2 is the crash of the Ark and blah blah blah. Yeah. You know.
So I asked a question. Back on one of my things, would you like to see them do a whole new, like they start from fresh, a whole new character line, like no Optimus, no Megatron, you know, still good versus evil, but with like a whole new cast and go from that?
I would absolutely love that.
Okay.
I'll tell you, context with that is I read the Star Wars books, a lot of the ones that are like the outside the movies. My favorite series of Star Wars books doesn't have any of the main characters from Star Wars in it. They make appearances here and there, but it's anybody that knows it's called the X-Wing series. That's my favorite Star Wars books, and they don't have any hardly main characters in it. I appreciate that. That makes them go in different directions and really think a little bit about it. You know,
I think it would have prolonged the. I mean, and like I said, a lot of people would not probably jump on board because they're G1 to the heart and all that stuff and everything. But I think it really could do good. I mean, if they put a fiction behind it, like a cartoon or something, or comics, you know, and toys, you know, and they did it in the right direction, I think it could do well because I think people like Transformers because they're just Transformers. They love the characters. I'm not saying they don't.
Sure.
You know, that's a big draw for a lot of people as the characters. But, you know, they can make new characters that would be just as good, I think.
Yep, I agree. Like Bulkhead's a good example of one, at least for me, that's a newer character that won a place in my heart. I love Bulkhead. You know, Bulkhead, Windblade, and people feel a certain kind of way about some of them, you know, like Drift. Some people feel this way or that way about them, but they're new. They're in the fandom now. It is what it is. You know, new characters.
That's true. That's cool. So, I got one more question, and I usually ask this at the end and everything because it's probably been around 30 minutes. I don't know, but do you have? Well, let me ask if anybody in the chat has anything because I got some people watching. If y'all have any questions for Mr. Partsformer, hit it out there and I'll ask them. But my question is to you is, where do you see figure action in 5 years?
So I really enjoy the guest speaker aspect and the getting the insider interviews. We've backed off on that a little just because of the holidays, because we're all busy. And it was normally me. Any of the guys are working on stuff, but the last few have been ones that I've coordinated trying to get. I'm just reaching out to folks and seeing who's interested in, you know, coming on and saying some stuff that might be interesting. Yeah. And we've learned a lot and talked to some good people that way. And a lot of them I stay in contact with. And, you know, like I kind of sit back and marvel some days too, because ever since we started, just me getting into this fandom with you guys, knowing the guys in figure action, me knowing Bobby and all, I have friends now, like I have friends in Singapore, Germany, Australia. Like it's cool. I don't know, man. Like I've never had that before. Like I'm a hometown, you know, boy that I've never moved far from where I was born. So I've lived in Maryland all my life. And it's really neat. So for figure action, like I want to keep reaching out, getting these interesting people, making connections with folks in the industry and just seeing what's what, because we all throw around words like the factory and this, and we kind of talk like we know how things are done. But I like to talk to the people that actually know because they do it. You know? Yeah,
that's cool. Guys, y'all had John Bailey on.
John Bailey. Yep.
That was good.
Turns out, go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
I was just saying. Turns out he's part of the new Bumblebee movie. So
yeah, he was. He's in a new car commercial. I forgot which. I think was it Hyundai or something.
I don't know, but I hear his. I catch his voice now all the time in places where I didn't realize.
So he's hitting it big and everything. And T-Man said there's going to be a whole new cast for figure action probably and everything. And so Josh came in and everything. So has anybody got any questions? Ask Partsformer, is B-side really a thing?
The B-side is really a thing. It goes back to what I had said earlier about us being so damn dog tired all the time. We do have a bunch of B-side topics that we want to talk about. So anybody that doesn't know, B-side is a show that happens at random. That could be in any length of time. That's stuff that's not action figure related. It could be movies, music, and all that. We do plan on doing it. It's just a matter of, you probably won't see any until after the holidays. We all just need to to just find our life for a minute.
Is it side projects basically what it is?
It's just like the way it goes about is like one of us will get on our group chat and say, hey, who wants to do a B-side tonight about this topic? And it doesn't have to be the whole cast. It can be one person talking, or it could be two or everybody.
Well, that's cool. Yeah,
it's just like a random show that just kind of spontaneously happens that, you know.
Yeah. I would bring that up. I think me and Robert have talked about doing that for Sharecast. Like just, like stuff happened like this weekend, all the stuff that came out, and just do like a show or something like that, get on real quick and, and talk about what just happened. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be, and like this one, well, like T-Man said, like this one, I mean, I guess, well, I don't know. This is not really, but this is on my channel. It's not really on for Sharecast. So this is my stuff. But I mean, this stuff I love doing because it's something extra. Like if I just did reviews all the time, it gets kind of stale, I guess, everything. So I just try to do something new, just for the channel to maybe grow or something like that.
Yeah, man. You put out your news videos and like your thoughts about this and that. I mean, that's quick and easy videos to watch that just give you a little bit of information, man. I'm down for that.
And I'm working on I may put out something for the third party stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But I've got to get that out. And like I said, I'm just like getting people a platform to talk about their stuff and all that good stuff. And I think it's fun doing it and everything.
I think if you spend any amount of time looking around like TFW and all, like props for that being a site to go for information. But some of those dudes, there's no pleasing, and it's just. It's sometimes reading through comments is just like makes your hair turn gray. And
oh yeah, that's a good question to ask you. What do you think about the fandom of any fandom, Transformers, Star Wars? What do you think of the fandoms of?
Most every fandom is very damn good. It's just you got to be able to look past the one or two that are overly vocal about being negative. That's all there is. If you just shut off listening to those folks, just those select few, everyone else is usually awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, you've seen it too. We met at the last TFCon. Like, walking around talking to people, like that was the biggest high. Just meeting people face to face and talking with them. And nobody walks up to you and was like, "Hey, did you catch that BS?" Or like, no one does that.
That's true. And, as much as like Bobby and everything gets a lot of flack for his reviews and everything, I've yet to see anybody come up to him and say anything. All these negative people are usually the ones that don't get out anyways.
Right. But reviews are different though, because like I need like people like T-Man and Bobby to tell me if I'm excited about a figure. I need them to tell me what's what with them for real, before I spend that cash. They got them in hand. I don't want them to sugarcoat it. I want to know what's what. So I'm happy these guys can put them through their paces for me before I put my money on them.
I sugarcoat everything, just to be honest. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So because I love everything. Don't care. Let's see.
But then again, like you're getting stuff that you love, though, right? So that definitely, I don't know. I expect that from you. Like I go to different reviewers for different things. If I want optimism, I go to you.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not. On my reviews, I try not to. I don't want to try to persuade somebody to buy something because I think they should make a choice. I'm just giving it my point of view and everything, and sometimes I'll say if it's really good, I'll say, hey, you need to get this. But I'm honestly trying not to do that. I just want you to watch the review and say, this is what it looks like. This is what it scales with. And this is how fun it is to play on the floor. So that's what I like to do on my reviews.
And I got to tell you, like, I enjoy your fresh out of the box. Like, this is me first time experiencing that. Like, that's your thing. And I love that about your reviews. So keep doing that.
So Chris Gardner said I should do that, but you should also grow that manly beard back. Man, that shit bothered the hell out of me, man. I'm sorry, dude. I just
This is as much as I get, so don't ever anybody ask me.
I mean, I'll let a little,
Yeah.
But I can grow it out. But like I said, it has a little gray. I have a gray patch right here. So when it grows, it gets long. It looks like a cum stain, basically. So it just looks weird. So I need to get some for men, whatever. Something
it's odd you didn't say soup stain.
Yeah, I could have said soup stain, but
you could have, but you didn't, did you?
That's awesome. All right. Well, if nobody has anything to say, once again, I want to thank everybody that came in and watched. Really appreciate it, from the bottom of my heart. I like that y'all take time out of y'all's schedule to come, watch this stuff. And I'm glad y'all liking it too. So hit that thumbs up, or like button or thumbs down, whatever you want to feel. Really helps the channel. And dude, where can everybody find you?
I am Partsformer on all the social medias and the Instagram. I sometimes put pictures of crap up there like everybody else does.
You do.
And mine, you can also catch me on Figure Action on Thursdays on the YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel as well. We don't inundate you with videos either. We're just kind of like a one and done a week, maybe two. But we are live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. It's a good cast and a good time. And I encourage everybody to at least give us a chance and check us out.
Yeah, love all you guys, man. Really, really insightful, man. It's really good times. And I'm excited to be on there Thursday again. So go check out Figure Action, man. It's a really good show, just like you said. And
it's 9 p.m. Eastern, by the way. I got to remember time
Eastern, so it'll be 8 p.m. here, so that's fine. And I guess that's it. Thank you once again, dude, for coming on. I really appreciate you taking time. I know
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
And no, it was a really good time. You're welcome back anytime and all that good stuff and everything.
Appreciate
go support T-Man 9782. He's he needs.
I see bitching in the chat. Just go click his videos.
Go I was gonna say that click the video. That's
it does get stuck in your head. He did a good job.
It does. It's kind of catchy. I need to get something like that. That's really cool. But yeah, thank you very much, dude. It was a really good time. And I guess I'll see everybody on the next review. And as always, hail Hasbro. And good night, folks.
Good night.
Let me stop.